the American West, a land of vast prairies, towering mountains, and endless skies. It was a place of raw beauty and untamed wilderness where buffalo roamed free and Native American tribes lived in harmony with nature. For centuries, this land had remained largely unexplored by European settlers, but by the mid-19th century, a new chapter in American history was about to be written. The allure of adventure, opportunity, and a fresh start drew pioneers, dreamers, and fortune seekers alike to the western frontier. It was a time of great change and upheaval as the nation expanded westward and the Wild West began to take shape. The stories of the men and women who ventured into this untamed territory are the stuff of legend. Cowboys, with their Stetson hats and leather chaps, became icons of the American spirit, embodying courage, independence, and a rugged individualism. Railroad workers toiling day and night laid down thousands of miles of track, connecting the East Coast to the Pacific and transforming the nation into an industrial powerhouse. And homesteaders, with their unwavering determination, carved out farms and homesteads from the unforgiving land, laying the foundation for a new society in the West. The West was a place where fortunes could be made and lost in the blink of an eye. It was a time of boom and bust, of gold rushes and cattle drives, of lawlessness and vigilante justice. But above all, it was a time of extraordinary transformation as the American frontier was settled, developed, and ultimately incorporated into the fabric of the nation. This is the story of that transformation, a story of adventure, hardship, and the indomitable spirit of the men and women who dared to tame the Wild West.
If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and thanks for watching.
In the heart of Missouri, amidst rolling hills and fertile farmlands, lived a young man named Tommy Gus. With a spirit yearning for adventure and a heart set on the promise of the West, Tommy Gus dreamed of a life beyond the familiar fields of his childhood. The stories he'd heard whispered on the wind, tales of cowboys riding the range, of golden nuggets gleaming in sun-drenched streams, and of boundless opportunities waiting to be seized, fueled his desire to head west. Tommy Gus wasn't afraid of hard work. He'd spent his youth toiling alongside his father, learning the value of honest labor and the satisfaction of a day's work well done. But the farm held little appeal for him. He longed for something more, a chance to prove himself in the crucible of the frontier and etch his own name in the annals of the West. One crisp autumn evening, as the sun cast long shadows across the porch where Tommy Gus sat, his mind wrestling with his future, his father joined him. Sensing his son's restlessness, the elder Gus, a man weathered by years of toil and tempered by life's hardships, placed a reassuring hand on Tommy's shoulder. "Son," he began, his voice gruff but kind, "I know you've got the West in your blood. It's calling to you, just like it called to me when I was your age." With a mixture of apprehension and excitement, Tommy Gus announced his decision. He was heading west. His father, though saddened by the thought of his son leaving, understood. He knew he couldn't clip his son's wings, couldn't keep him tethered to a life he didn't desire. And so, with a heavy heart but a father's blessing, Tommy Gus packed his meager belongings, bid farewell to his family and the only life he'd ever known, and boarded a train headed west towards the setting sun and the promise of a new tomorrow. The American cowboy, a figure synonymous with the Wild West, played a pivotal role in shaping the frontier. These rugged individuals, often clad in dusty Stetsons and leather chaps, were the embodiment of grit, determination, and a life lived on their own terms. Their days were spent in the saddle, herding cattle across vast distances, braving the elements and facing down danger with unwavering courage. Cowboys were more than just ranch hands. They were skilled horsemen, expert ropers, and often crack shots. Their knowledge of the land, their ability to read the subtle signs of the prairie, and their unwavering dedication to their craft made them essential to the success of the cattle industry, a driving force in the Western economy. Life as a cowboy was far from glamorous. It was a life of hard work, long hours, and constant danger. They faced scorching summers, frigid winters, and the ever-present threat of stampedes, rustlers, and conflicts with Native American tribes defending their ancestral lands. Yet, despite the hardships, cowboys embraced the freedom and independence of their way of life, their spirits unbroken by the challenges they faced. The image of the cowboy, riding tall in the saddle, silhouetted against the setting sun, has become an enduring symbol of the American West. Their stories, passed down through generations, are tales of adventure, camaraderie, and a deep connection to the land they helped tame. They were and continue to be icons of a bygone era, their legacy woven into the fabric of American folklore and the spirit of the West. Section 4, Rails of Steel, Connecting a Nation. The expansion of the railroad was nothing short of transformative for the American West. The clang of hammers, the hiss of steam, and the rumble of iron wheels on steel tracks marked the relentless march of progress across the vast expanse of the frontier. The railroad, a symbol of industrial might and human ingenuity, played a crucial role in connecting the East Coast to the West, shrinking distances and fueling economic growth. The construction of the Transcontinental Railroad was an epic undertaking, a testament to the determination and engineering prowess of a nation on the move. Thousands of workers, many of them immigrants seeking a better life, labored tirelessly, laying down track across treacherous mountains, scorching deserts, and endless prairies. They faced harsh conditions, dangerous terrain, and the constant threat of accidents and disease, yet their spirit remained unbroken. The completion of the Transcontinental Railroad in 1869 was a watershed moment in American history. It unified a nation, opened up the West to settlement and commerce, and ushered in a new era of interconnectedness. Goods and people could now move across the country with unprecedented speed and efficiency, transforming the economic and social landscape of the nation. The railroads brought with them not only goods and people, but also ideas, cultures, and opportunities. They facilitated the growth of towns and cities, spurred agricultural and industrial development, and helped to shape the destiny of the American West. The iron rails snaking their way across the frontier were more than just tracks. They were arteries of progress, carrying the lifeblood of a nation on the cusp of greatness. Section 5, Homesteaders Cultivating the Frontier. The Homestead Act of 1862 beckoned to those seeking a fresh start, offering 160 acres of free land to anyone willing to cultivate it. This act, a beacon of hope for many, drew waves of homesteaders to the West, families who braved hardship and uncertainty for the chance to own their own piece of the American dream. The life of a homesteader was one of relentless toil and resilience. They faced the daunting task of transforming untamed prairie into fertile farmland, battling unpredictable weather, plagues of locusts, and the isolation of life on the frontier. They built their homes, often simple sod houses, with their own hands, relying on their ingenuity and resourcefulness to overcome the challenges they faced. Despite the hardships, homesteaders found strength in community. They helped each other build homes, plant crops, and raise families, sharing their meager resources and offering support during times of need. Their lives were intertwined with the land, their fates tied to the success of their crops and the well-being of their livestock. The homesteaders were the backbone of the West. Their unwavering determination and pioneering spirit, transforming the landscape and laying the foundation for a new society. They were the embodiment of the American ideal of self-sufficiency, their hard work and sacrifice helping to tame the Wild West and shape it into a land of opportunity for generations to come.